Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. Today is June 25th, 2018. And I want to do a follow-up piece of information, a follow-up video on what I began sharing earlier about the 14-day connection between June 21st and July 4th based on the birthing ritual of the female in Leviticus chapter 12. If you haven't seen my previous video about the birthing signs plus 14 days, then I suggest you watch that first and make sure you have a grasp of that information. And that is showing us July 4th as a key day. But I wanted to bring you this because this came out in a comment under that video that according to this study that was done and what is Abib and the true turn of the year, that actually brings us to July 4th as true Pentecost for 2018. This study that was done shows that the turn of the year is when the full moon and Spica meet at the horizon. And this is a celestial clock that is absolutely perfect. The study that was done, and you would want to watch that video, talks about the calendar being taken completely out of man's hands and left in God's hands based on the celestial signs. And so we have a sign in the heaven that comes every year at the beginning of the year, and this is a marker for the true turn of the year, the true Nisan 1. Well, this year that happened on April 30th, May 1st. So if Nisan 1 was April 30th, May 1st, then that brings us to May 14th as Passover, the 14th day of Nisan as Passover. And then from the day after the Passover, from May 15th, we add 50 days, and that brings us to July 4th, 2018 as the true date of Pentecost for 2018. So we had the Revelation 12 sign that led us by 9 months to the summer solstice, leading up to the coronation event of Barack Obama on the summer solstice. We had him come out dressed as Satan on June 17th. Then on June 21st, he was declared by Fox News to be the real Messiah Obama. Then he was crowned by the scientists when they named a sea fossil after him, and it was called Obama's Coronatus, which is the coronation of Obama. So my understanding of this is the birth event. This is the birth event. But then according to Leviticus chapter 12, there's an 80-day birthing ritual of the female. And the female would apply to the gay Antichrist just as the male child, Jesus Christ, fulfilled the 40-day ritual. The 8th day circumcision, and then was presented in the temple on the 40th day. And so here we have an 80-day ritual, and it's a 14-day interval and then 66 days. And so we have the connection to the number of the beast. 66 days within the ritual of the female. So if we go from June 21st so the birth event on the summer solstice, the coronation event of Barack Obama, adding 14 days to that brings us to July 5th. July 4th, July 5th. So this lines up with the dates of Pentecost But then the other connection to this 80-day sign is that from June 21st, 2018, if we go the full 80 days, it brings us to the 9th of September, 2018, and that's the Feast of Trumpets. So this would be an amazing part of this sign, not only showing us the timing of the Great Tribulation, but what might be then the return of Jesus Christ on the Feast of Trumpets. And that would cut short the days to 66 days of Great Tribulation. Now, we're within the 70 years, okay? Now, people think that I'm crazy, right? Well, we're within the 70 years. See, the prophecy says in the book of Daniel that 70 years are determined, 70 weeks are determined for the end of all things, for the end of sin, the finishing of the transgression, for the anointing of the Holy One. Okay? So, if this goes beyond 70 years, how can that be true? See, and the Antichrist has been revealing himself since 2009, since the Nobel Peace Prize and the Abomination event in 2013. And I mean, we have been watching revelations of the Antichrist since Oprah Winfrey said that he was the one way back in December of 2007. I mean, we're looking at 11 years of revelations. And now we've come to a point where the birthing event is about to happen. Well, this birthing event is connected with what shows in Leviticus 80 days. And so we're connected by June 21st, from June 21st, by 80 days to the Feast of Trumpets. So that would be amazing if that was our sign that the Great Tribulation will only last 66 days. So we have the Antichrist that is about to return. We have signs that he will return with the Revelation 12 sign, and he's already been crowned. If that was the birth event, and we're looking at July 4th as a 14-day connection, then we have a movie coming out on July 4th, which this pretty much lines up with everything we are watching right now. A Nation Reborn, talking about a birth event. What was the beginning of the United States will become the end of the United States. The Purge, A Nation Reborn on July 4th. So I just wanted to bring this information to you to let you know that based on the study of the true Abib and the turn of the year, the true turn of the year, July 4th is a very important day and what might mark the true day of Pentecost. So what I found leading us to July 4th has much more weight than just a personal interpretation, but it's connected to a very important study. So I would suggest that if you haven't seen the study on what is Abib in the true turn of the year, that might interest you to go back and see the power of that, and to continue watching, continue praying. Is July 4th the time? And we have fireworks going off in the background while I'm finishing this video. Kind of interesting. So thank you, everybody, for listening. And I'm just trying to get this information out so people can begin to study and begin to watch, begin to consider where we are, why we're still here, how all these events will make sense. I mean, they have to make sense. Everything has to make sense. I mean, it's got to make sense. I mean, the signs of Christ's return has to make sense. I mean, he left us signs for a reason. So I know that he gave me a sign, and he called it the sign of his coming revealed. And so what I'm doing is I am following the signs, trying to understand. And it's a very difficult job. This is a very difficult job. So I pray everyone is blessed today. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People, the sign of his coming revealed.